Hello, my sweet lovelies. This is Abby from AB Tarot Market. And oh my goodness, am I super excited to show you what is wrapped up in this delicious little box. Now, I have to do this in a way in which I probably wouldn't normally because we are preparing to move. So here in the next couple weeks, you're going to see a lot of change. You're going to see a lot of things that are developing, things that are different than normal, and just bear with me and send me your hugs and love because oh dear God, it's gonna take a moment. And I just witnessed, oh my gosh, it's a full moon today. So how cool is that? So sweethearts, if you know anything about the tarot universe or the tarot stratosphere, particularly in the indie market space, you've heard of this deck. And if you haven't, you will hear in just a moment. And I have the unique privilege to have accidentally insulted one of the creators of this deck. It was totally by accident. I'm not even gonna share the story, at least not yet. And I just take that as a tiny little privilege for myself that I'll just keep in my pocket and be so proud, be so proud of myself. So anywho, this is the unboxing of the BoneStone and EarthFlesh Tarot. And I don't know about you, but if you've ever been trying to hunt this set down, you'll recognize very quickly that it is priced to the heavens. It is hard to find and almost nobody is giving it up. The cool thing is, however, the BoneStone is going mass market, and there's two other methods in which you can get a hold of it too. So outside of the mass market edition, there is also a print-on-demand version, which is called the Bones of the BoneStone, which is more of the sepia tone of the deck, along with like the original line drawings. And it's absolutely gorgeous. For whatever reasons, I haven't gotten a chance to get a hold of it as of yet, just because I'm, slow. But all in all, I'm super, super excited to get a hold of that one too. So I have a personal copy of this, and one day I'll tell you the story of how I did it. But I have a personal copy of this deck, and I got it when it originally came out. I'm super proud of myself. And I accidentally destroyed a plant and some incense in the process. That was a total accident. You'll have to ask my wife. But anyway, I wanted to show you while we're sitting here this lovely sweet pea, because I'm going to be offering this sweet pea for sale in the AB Tarot Market store. So if you're seeing this video, in the comments or in the posting, I will let you know when this deck is going to be live so that you can you set your calendar, you can set your timer, and you can know when you'll be able to get a hold of it. Now, this is the only copy that I have, and it will be first come, first serve. So whoever gets it, it will be shipped fully, beautifully packaged. I don't care if it's international. I don't care if it's next door. It'll be beautifully packaged. It will be protected. It will be insured. I will make sure that you get a hold of this deck in the exact way in which you see it here, maybe minus this bubble wrap. But let's go ahead and unbox it, look at it, and let's talk some stories about this beautiful set of cards. So I'm going to use again, we're moving, so we don't have like our tools and our normal blades and whatnot. And so I'm using a Scotty peeler right now. And this thing is wildly useful for cutting tape without cutting things. I think it's also probably because I have really good fine motor skills. So my wife would probably cut through the entire deck of cards. Meanwhile, I feel like I have a surgeon's hands, so I do it this way. You're probably going to hear me get closer to the camera because I want to just make sure that we stay in frame. But yeah, let's take a peek. Oh my gosh. So I will say that this is probably one of my most prized deck of cards in my collection. Oh my gosh, it's so new looking. I love that. This is one of my favorite sets, and this was such a beautiful and enjoying deck to connect with. So Avalon Cameron, during that time, I was following her work for a couple years, and then I started hearing about the BoneStone, the BoneStone, the BoneStone. And I'm super privileged to have been able to get a copy, not even a copy, I got an original. I got one of the originals when they first came out from her directly from Australia. So Anna Turian, is the artist of this deck, and I am absolutely in love with her style of watercolor and line work. And I have a couple of her other decks. I've had her Oracle of Echoes in both editions. I have her Tarot of the Abyss, as well as another deck that I love working with. And again, this is just, a further continuation of that style and that beautiful art. So we're going to open it. I'm not expecting it to be new because the previous owner, she's a collector. She has her decks of cards. She doesn't use her deck super intensely, but, I know her personally, so I know that that's what she does. So this deck, or excuse me, this guidebook does have some creasing in the in the spine. Nothing that I would call unusual. The book is still in great shape. Oh, it has a little bookmark. Oh my goodness. Space naming or space roaming. I might keep that in there. So it looks like the woman who sold this to me, or who I bought this from rather, or both. It was a mutual thing. Loved on it for a little bit, and you know, she did her thing. So I'll put that over here. I'm gonna take my rings off. So I have this philosophy because so many people complain about their gilded edging flying off or flaking off. All edging is not bulletproof, you guys. So if you have rings and you're working with sets of cards that has edges on it, take your rings off. Take your rings off. Save your edges and take your rings off. Also be very mindful. Don't use your nails to shuffle because you will flake that stuff off left and right. It's not meant to be bulletproof. It is paper, hun bunch. So, oh my gosh, I'm so like happy to see this. It looks like she didn't use it. Oh my goodness. Because oh, a little bit, okay. Because I remember like the set was in order, and we can probably just take a peek at some of the cards here. Again, making sure they're trying to stay out of blowout because I know I have my light going on here. But yeah, this is just a beautiful little, it's one of my favorite cards. There's a few cards in here that are just absolutely to die for. And there's even a card in here that she said caused such a stir. That's one of my favorites. That caused such a stir. I love that one. Oh my gosh. And if I can find it quickly, I'll talk to you about it because, oh, I love this. This one feels like it's a representation of me. So I always kind of see myself in this particular card. But if I find the one that I love that one too, that she talked about, I'll share the story. Ah, here we go. Okay, so the way that she explained the story a little bit, now this is a couple years later after, you know, the memory of this, but the energy of this particular card was supposed to depict the kind of the collapse of a powerful bird, right? This eagle that is bound and wounded and hurt. And that is a total tower moment. Like you go from being able to soar, feeling on top of the world kind of thing, to now you're being chained, you're being manipulated, dragged, and a myriad of things. I mean, the whole point of this card and the art associated with this card is to evoke that feeling. Now, apparently, this really offended some Americans. And that's wildly unfortunate that they can't see past the symbolism, which I understand is very depicting of, you know, the American bald eagle. But she didn't design it with that in mind. And I understand that she didn't design it with that in mind. But the energy and the value of the card is still there. So if you want to be offended, that's fine. But this is still a powerful, a meaningful, and evocative piece of work. So I don't care. But that's just me. I have so many unpopular opinions these days. I'm not even ashamed to talk about it. So I always think this card looks like Michelle Obama. So I don't know if she was literally modeled after her or not, but to me that just looks like her. I get that card a lot, the Chariot. But yeah, oh, tell me that does not look like Gandalf. Like seriously. That to me is a total Gandalf card. Maybe I can turn off the light. No, we'll just leave it on. It's fine. But anywho, yeah, these are the most, I guess, I don't even know how to describe the work. You can't really describe it, I don't think. I think you have to be present with it. I think you have to be here with it. I think you have to enjoy it. You have to experience it. It's not just a set of cards that you just shuffle, throw around, and try to make sense of it. That is not that. This is a deck of cards that you experience, that you sit with, that you learn from. And for me, every time I come to this set of cards, I'm looking for something deeper. It's kind of like how I use excuse me, it's a hiccup. When I go to my Spirit Keeper Tarot, like that's a set of cards when you're trying to get some life answers, when you're going a little bit further than just directly yes or no. You want something that just goes further, that expands past, you know, this current, oh gosh, dimension even. Like you go to this deck, and this is supposed to be a depiction of Avalon, which I think is just adorable. So yeah, so proud of it. But yeah, you have to experience this deck. You have to experience it. Oh my gosh, it's one of a kind. That's for damn sure. And I'm not going to share the story of what I accidentally did. But this is a phenomenal set of cards. I'm so blessed to have my own copy. My own copy has been lovingly used. Not even well used, lovingly used. But it has all cards here. And they're still relatively in order. I think they were not even really used. I bet you anything from the quality of the edging that I see here. I don't think they were used. They're still relatively in order, so I don't even think they were shuffled. I think the previous owner treasured these as much as I did. She's an avid collector. Her and I work together a lot. It's a beautiful set of cards. It's a beautiful, beautiful set of cards. I strongly recommend, if you are interested in a BoneStone and EarthFlesh Tarot, you get a hold of this one. Get a hold of this one. Oh my goodness. I don't believe that they were numbered. Let me take a look at the back. Yep. They were not numbered. But I was there. I can attest. Dude, I was there. This is a legitimate copy of the BoneStone and EarthFlesh. So yeah, you'll be able to see it live on the store. So keep an eye out for it. I have a link with the time. And yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I do not mind answering questions. I do not mind talking about some of my most treasured and favorite cards. So if you have any comments or stories that you'd like to share about your experience with the BoneStone, oh my God, totally tell me. Totally tell me, let me know. All right, thank you, sweet peas. Take care. Bye.